Hi, welcome back to Good Morning KU. My name is Emily.
And I'm Prescott.
And we have a couple pieces of information for you before we go back to our regular scheduled news. First, we're going to talk about our little KU football that we've been going on. We're 4-0.
We are 4-0.
On a good run. We beat Duke this past weekend for family weekend. It's been a good couple runs. Our coach is having success. It's been great. So this next weekend will be our homecoming weekend. If you're still interested in buying tickets, you can go to the KU Athletics website and buy tickets for that as well.
Yep. And also, there's going to be a block party with Chris Lane on, do you remember what day that's on?
Yes, it's Friday night, and
Okay.
it will start at 5:30 is when they're going to let people in to start with music. Just a couple festivities before 7:30, which is when people will actually start filing in, and then Chris Lane will perform around 8:30 that night. So if you're interested in having a good time, it's a free concert. Chris Lane, have some KU spirit, come celebrate. That's Friday night. And then homecoming game is Saturday at 2:30. So a lot of good festivities we have coming this weekend.
Indeed.
Absolutely. If you're also interested, you can get, if you have a student combo pass, you can get your late night in the fog tickets starting today, right now, if you're a student combo pass holder. If not, the tickets will start going on sale October 4th. And that's a fun opportunity. Shaquille O'Neal will be here, so that's a pretty legit thing. He'll be here, he'll be DJing, a lot of good stuff. A lot of good chances for some KU spirit.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Very excited.
Absolutely.
And, oh, sorry.
No, you're all good.
And also in other news, Hurricane Ian is currently going on right now in Florida. Many people are evacuating, and very dangerous times there in Florida.
Absolutely. We've been hearing there's also been a lot of power outages in that area as well. And hurricane's hitting in East Florida, and it's about 2 miles short of a Category 5 hurricane. So it's pretty serious stuff going on. Thankfully in Kansas we don't have to deal with that stuff, but still very serious for those people who are in that area as well.
Yeah. And that looks like that'll wrap up our segment here. Now we will go to a segment called Outside the Locker Room with an interview with Marcus Garrett. Let's take a look.
Welcome back to Outside the Locker Room. I'm Shamaria Massenburg, and today we are taking you outside the locker room with Marcus Garrett. Marcus, in your first season with the Miami Heat, you suffered a wrist sprain early on, not really getting to play in that many games. Could you talk a little bit about that and what that recovery process was like?
It was definitely a long recovery. I'm kind of still recovering now. Had kind of carpal tunnel release surgery. January 20th, I think I was out for about 6 months. Not 6 months, 6 weeks in a cast, and then I had another 6 weeks in a splint, and I kind of just rushed the process back to try to get the summer league.
And you recently signed your second contract with the Heat back in July, and like you said, you're still in recovery. Was there any type of self-doubt in not being able to secure that next contract because of the injury or any impact on your mental health?
Not at all. I believe in God, I pray, I read the Bible, so I know it's all in His hands, and this was all part of the plan. There was nothing I could kind of do to change it, so I just kind of follow His plan and just go about it like that.
Marcus, you texted me earlier this week letting me know that you, CB, Ochai, and some other guys will be coming home this weekend for the first football game. How did those plans come about?
One of all of our closest friends, Kenny, is on the football team, and it's Labor Day weekend, so I know a lot of us was off. So it was kind of just easy for us to come back and just support the football team and support the basketball team.
And Marcus, I know you love coming back, but your senior season was disrupted by COVID. Do you ever feel robbed of the opportunity to kind of show what you guys could have done that year?
I wouldn't say robbed, because I feel like a lot of people knew what we was capable of. We had a great year, and a lot of dope got drafted high because of that. So, I mean, I'll take that year, especially over my senior year.
Well, Marcus, this is the part of the show called Locker Room Talk. I'm going to ask you 5 questions, and you have 5 seconds to answer them. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, the first question is, who is your favorite KU teammate that you played with?
One,
Favorite song to work out to?
I hate Youngboy.
Funniest KU coach?
Coach Townsend. KT.
What is a Jayhawk afraid of?
Jayhawks ain't real.
Who is your biggest inspiration?
My mama.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Marcus, and I look forward to seeing what you do with the Heat next season.
Thank you.
That is it for this segment of Outside the Locker Room. I'm Shamaria Massenburg, and we will see you next time.
Thanks, Shamaria, for that amazing interview. We are so excited to see you back next week with an interview with our KU volleyball players.
And now we'll take a break, and we'll be back with the news with Savannah and Addie.
National champions deserve a clean campus. Don't wait for other Jayhawks to pick up your mess. Keep the University of Kansas clean.
Welcome back. I'm Addie.
And I'm Savannah. This is your Good Morning KU's news update. Italy may have elected its first female prime minister, and she represents the country's most right-wing government since World War II. Giorgia Meloni is a member of the Brothers of Italy party, which is part of a right-wing alliance that now looks to have control of both the Senate and the Chamber of Deputies. Meloni has promised the party would be governed for everyone and not betray the people's trust.
You can add nursing homes to the list of employers who are facing staffing shortages. An AARP study found that more than half of the nursing homes in Kansas have faced a shortage of direct care workers over the past year. Another study shows that in the next 15 years, the number of people in Kansas over the age of 65 is projected to grow by more than 40%.
KU students gathered on Westcoast Beach last week after the death of an Iranian Mahsa Amini who refused to comply with mandatory hijab rules. Since her death, Iranian women have been protesting in the streets, burning their hijabs and cutting their hair short. Local students are standing in solidarity to create awareness of the oppressive regime.
KU has announced that the children of faculty members will now receive a discount if they attend the school where their parents work. The university says that a new policy allows the employee-dependent tuition assistance scholarship to provide up to half of the yearly tuition for the children of both faculty and staff.
In sports, the KU volleyball team plays Oklahoma tonight in Norman, while the softball team hosts Ottawa at Rock Chalk Park tonight at 5:30 for a fall season game. The soccer team will be at West Virginia on Friday, and the cross-country team will be in Columbia, Missouri on Saturday. The swim team will host the Sunflower Showdown on Friday in Topeka, and the football game will kick off at 2:30 p.m. on Saturday.
The mysterious blue egg on campus has hatched. Asher Plaza, outside of the Student Union, now displays a new statue of the Jayhawk nest. The statue depicts a large Jayhawk presiding over the nest of baby Jayhawks, including the 1926 Jayhawk. The statue commiserates longtime Union supporter, the late James Asher Jr., and artist Robert Richardson's creation of the statue.
With homecoming weekend approaching, some notable alumni have shown their support to KU athletics. Rob Riggle, who is the most recognized as a comedian on Saturday Night Live in The Office, recently posted on his Facebook after the KU win over Duke to show his Jayhawk pride. That's it for today's news update. After the break, Aaron will be here and with the weather.
Walking alone in a college town can be dangerous, no matter the time of day. Lawrence might seem like a small town, but there is still tons of crime that happens. You never know where and or when people are planning to attack, so it is better to be safe than sorry. Being by yourself is never the answer. That's why people should always walk within a buddy system. Having at least 3 people to walk with can help with getting home safer. Going out in a bigger group is definitely the way to go, so everyone can be assured they are safe. If walking home isn't an option, calling KU Safe Ride is the next best option, or ordering an Uber with your friends. Stay safe and always keep a buddy with you.
You may not hear it at first, but it's there. Our chant, rising. On this summit, callings converge, voices unify into a chorus that sounds out for good. for greatness. Can you hear it?
Welcome back to Good Morning KU. My name is Erin Borges. I'm here with a weather update for you all. We're going to briefly cover Hurricane Ian that is currently affecting Florida. And we are also going to real quick recap the nice fall weather that we are expecting this week and that we have already been experiencing for a few days now. So to quickly go over Hurricane Ian, this was the hurricane swirling around last night, and the eyeball has actually started to make landfall along this Florida coast here. And let me throw up that storm track for you. You can see that it is supposed to keep going into Florida and then, of course, go further into the country here. The red right now is where we have hurricane warnings in place. The blue is where we have storm surge warnings in place. So storm surge is expected for us along Florida coast, and right now Hurricane Ian is sitting at a Category 4 for strength. It is 2 miles per hour short of being a Category 5, which starts at 157 miles per hour. So it is almost a Category 5, but currently a Category 4. And at the moment, if you are along that Florida coast, it is too late to evacuate. The best you can do right now is brace yourself. If you are currently where the eyewall is approaching that coast along where Fort Myers is. If you're, of course, further into the state of Florida, you have time if you feel that you need to evacuate or if you are being told you need to evacuate. So lots of storm surge expected, lots of rainfall expected in a very short period of time. So flooding is going to be a big worry for a lot of residents in Florida. So keep listening to the local authorities. If you have anyone that is living over there, any family there, make sure they are listening to the local authorities there as well. And that is our recap on Hurricane Ian, and we can go back and look at Lawrence. And fortunately, we are having nice weather, and we are sitting at about 70 degrees today. Nice and sunny. We are seeing some little bit stronger winds. They're coming out of the east at about 16 miles per hour right now. And then in our region, of course, we are all sitting at low 60s but north of us, and then 70s south of us. So overall, really nice temperatures, and that's going to continue throughout the day. I believe our high is about 75, and we're going to hit that sometime probably after 4 p.m. But then, of course, we are going to cool off into the night, and sunset being earlier now, it's going to get cooler sooner in the evening hours. And overnight in our Lawrence area, we're going to see a low of about 46, and it's going to be clear and chilly, especially during those night hours. So just be aware of that if you're just hanging out in the early morning hours and you're outside. It's going to be a bit chillier than what we're seeing this afternoon. And then tomorrow, of course, we are going to see pretty much similar weather. It's going to be a nice fall day. We're going to see a high of about 75 again. Still sunny. Wind's still going to be a little strong coming out of the southeast. It's going to be about 14 miles per hour there. And then for our full 7-day forecast, it looks really nice. I'm going to be honest. We're seeing highs in the mid to high 70s, a little bit of 80s, but sunny. Very, very nice weather. The lows are, of course, getting down to about the 50s, high 40s, but it's going to be an overall really nice week for us here in Lawrence, Kansas. And that is all I have for a weather update. Thank you all for watching Good Morning KU with us, and we will see you back here next Wednesday.